Well, let's get chatting with the management of Allcargo Logistics. As promised, recently the company entered into an agreement with the Belgium-based Nordicon group. They're set to hold 65% stake in ECU Worldwide JV with Nordicon, retaining the balance 35%. But more importantly, the company on July 21st went ahead and made another delisting attempt. Earlier, they had made a delisting attempt in September 2020 with a price of around 92.5. From there, we've seen a big surge. While the stock is under pressure today, it's up almost 2 times from September 2020 levels. So we have Mr. Shashi Kiran Shetty joining in to discuss not just this joint venture, but a whole host of other things. Thanks a lot, sir, for joining in. First up is on delisting itself. You announced another delisting offer in 2021. The price hasn't been announced yet. The last time you were looking to delist at 92.5 odd rupees. Now you're willing to pay more. Are you? How much more?
I think we are at the end of the delisting process. We haven't really filed the price, and we are going through the whole process, and we are ready. And I think the offer will be made very soon. I think that's where we are. I obviously can't talk more on that because it is not announced as yet. But, the reason why we went delisting at that time, we found the price obviously was very attractive for the shareholders and for the value that was there at that time. And we did not know how the COVID situation will pan out. So obviously the markets have changed, and we are happy that the valuation is where it is right now. Let's see where it takes us. That's where I want to leave.
Sure are you of delisting this time around? You said you were happy with the price at which it was in September, which was 95 odd rupees. Now it's close to around 200 rupees. So at 95, the delisting didn't go through. How much more are you willing to pay to get this delisting going? And how sure are you? Are you okay with it not being delisted?
No, we are okay. I think the reason, again, once I told you that, we also told the market that our shares have never found much favors with the investors because of our global business and concentrated holding by promoters and multiple businesses in the company. All these probably have not allowed the shareholders to realize the right value, but we believe the value is much higher. And COVID hit, and we didn't know how the markets will impact due to COVID, but markets have really changed dramatically since then. And there is a limit to which we as promoters can finance it. Those constraints are there. So keeping all that in mind, we'll make the offer soon and put an end to the process one way or the other.
All right, Mr. Shetty, let's talk about business then. You have announced this JV with the European-based company. I think you'll be holding around 65% stake out there. So what's the revenue potential coming out of there? If you could tell us, I believe you're paying around 200 crores. So how much are you paying? What is the revenue potential?
Yeah, it is a Swedish-based company with offices in Denmark, Norway, and Finland. And they are the market leaders in that market. They hold almost 40% of the LCL market in the Scandinavian region. And this company used to work with our competitor. This is a new entry into the ECU Worldwide network. So all the business that comes along with that is going to be an additional revenue for the company, which is a synergy benefit that we're going to have. And the company is valued on 8 times EBITDA and on the trailing year, that is 2020. And the company has already performed much better in 2021. So in that sense, it's a very value accretive acquisition and very strategic. Also for the reason that this is the only company which operates rail service from LCL consolidated rail service from China into Scandinavia. And we have an opportunity to expand that rail services also into the mainland Europe. Using that capabilities.
Right.
So that's
Yeah, but Mr. Shetty, you didn't give us the revenue potential. What is the revenue potential you could generate? And also, since we're talking about strategic focus, is there a strategy to buy Concor as well here back in India?
No, Concor, we decided to stay out of that. We want to focus on our core business, and we see there is great opportunity for us to consolidate the industry, and also there is great opportunity for us to grow in the express, 3PL, and e-commerce, ventures that throws much better opportunity for us, and that's our core. So we want to focus on that going forward.
Express, 3PL and all of that brings me to Gati. What's your outlook for Gati in terms of margins, at the same time revenue? We'll talk about that in just a bit. Container Corp you're not interested in. Shipping Corporation, are you interested in that?
Not at all. We are moving away from all asset-heavy businesses,
Okay, so
including warehousing. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not interested in Shipping Corp as well as Concor as of now. So we're taking that point on board. But Gati is something,
Sure.
that was the new find. You took it on board and you'll have done quite well, actually. The financial performance of Gati has improved. Give us, a broad target out there. I think margins of last count was around 8% approximately. Do margins go to double digits in this year itself? And can you do a revenue of close to around 1,300 crores? Possible?
For sure. I think we got hit by the second wave of COVID in the first quarter of this year, so that will have some impact. But I think all likelihood we would cross 1,300, and also the margin should go into double digit in this financial year itself. And the company has completely been turned around. You can see in the stock price. And also in terms of all the non-core businesses have been divested from. Debt has come down significantly. We have added a lot of new management team members into the organization. It's a very, very different Gati right now.
Mr. Shetty, you started the show by saying, or you started the conversation by saying the street hasn't recognized your stock price potential. They definitely have in the case of Gati, which is up almost 2.5 or 3.5 times in the last 12 months. Yes. Any possibility of you merging the two at some point in time?
Not right now, because there is no synergy per se to merge these two businesses. And our intention is to go more and more, give far more easier way for analysts to analyze our various businesses. I think that's the path we want to take instead of putting everything back together into one company. We may change the brand at some stage, but other than that, I don't think we will merge them because they're different. They're independent. They're two different activities. Allcargo is more international. Gati is more domestic. So that's the way we would like to leave it.
I appreciate you joining in, Mr. Shetty, and giving us clarity on the business outlook, on what you're interested in and what you're not interested as well. Pleasure talking to you as always. Looking up, to chatting with you very, very soon. Well, on that note, though, we'll slip to a short break. But on the other side, we have another management waiting.